Hey everybody, Lore here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're not playing a game. You might remember a couple of weeks ago I asked you to send in anonymous questions to celebrate the fact that we'd reached 1k subs. We're a bit late on the 1k because for some reason I've had even more subscribers now, but I wanted to combine it with Christmas things and stuff like that as well. I am wearing a Christmas jumper. It is the Grinch, which is very on brand for me. But yeah, I thought we could answer some questions. I could drink my cup of tea, and we could maybe talk about what's going to happen in the channel in January. Before we start, I just want to thank everyone for sending in questions and things like that. It's been very nice to you that you have done some. I have quite a few. Whether we get through all of them today, I don't know. But if there's any left over, I'll make sure to use them if we do another one of these. We will start with this one, which is, would you consider replaying Sekiro? Asking for a friend. So I 100% know who sent this in. Well, 50% know, technically. It could be two of my very, very big Sekiro fans. And the short answer is yes, I would love to play Sekiro again. I know that I've been parrying a lot more in Lies of P, Expedition 33, all that stuff. So yeah, I would like to try it and see if I've gotten any better at it. I was horrific the first time I played it. My only issue at the moment is that my capture card doesn't work reliably. So I've only got Sekiro on PlayStation. So like I'll need to buy it on PC before I can look at doing that. Okay, now this might be one of the hardest questions of the bunch because it's saying what's my favourite indie game? I can't answer that. It's like when someone says who's your favourite band and you forget everything you've ever listened to. Kind of like that. I play a lot of indie games and I don't think there's many that I don't like. There's a couple of games that I didn't gel with, but I don't think that's indicative of the game being bad. It's just because I didn't like it, unfortunately, for whatever reason. Looking at the ones that I've played even this year, does Warframe count as indie? Because like that's my most surprising one that I enjoyed. To be honest, I genuinely did not think I would enjoy that, and I've been enjoying it so much. Constance, I played the demo for that, really enjoyed it, especially when we were waiting for Silk Song to come out. There's another one, Hollow Knight as well. Like I loved Hollow Knight. Yeah, it was so good, and I can't believe I'd put off playing it for so long. Sorry We're Clothes is a horror game that I was playing. Finished that on stream. Absolutely fantastic. Very like old school vibes. And yeah, I like that a lot. Also Cabernet. Fantastic visual novel. Visual novel, is that what we call them? Fantastic with vampires and romance and everything like that. That was really good. I think I stayed up till like 3 or 4 in the morning so I could get a couple of endings on that on stream. So like definitely a good one. I think Still Wakes Deep also counts, and I enjoyed that immensely as well. Like Scottish game. So I'm gonna say I like that, but it wasn't just because it was Scottish, it was also just because it was good. If someone asked me what made me get into streaming, and I don't know, Markiplier, which sounds really silly. So like we've always watched quite a lot of YouTube in this house, and I think it was round about pandemic time that we started watching Let's Plays of games, and Markiplier is obviously one of the big ones to watch. And he was playing Soma, and I remember being like, I really want to play that. And I think at the time, I don't even know if it's released on consoles nowadays, but like I think it's only PC. So it was one of them where it was like, I'm going to need to buy a PC though if I want to play that. I got a PC. Like, I wonder how easy it is to start streaming. And then I started streaming on Twitch. So I missed the pandemic boom, but I have been streaming since 2021 and just vibing, playing whatever I want and just having fun. And it has been a lot of fun. I'm glad that I started that. I've met some really, really good people who I would never have met any other way. I've been to events and things that I probably wouldn't have been able to go to, and it's really genuinely increased my love of games. Being able to play so many, because when I'm not streaming, I'll be honest, I'm not really playing games, or when I'm not recording, I'm not really playing games. So it's gotten me to play a bigger range of games. It's gotten me to play games that either I stopped playing because I wasn't good enough, i.e. the Souls series, and with like encouragement from the community and stuff, I was able to do it. So streaming has given me a lot. If you could go back and give yourself one piece of advice when it comes to content creation, what would it be? Don't buy a Blue Yeti mic. They're really not good. But also, just post whatever it is you're going to post. I've learned that a lot from like YouTube, and before I did all this, I used to run an Instagram page for the dogs, and I run an Instagram page for me when I used to do a lot more makeup and stuff. And it's I think sometimes you just have to post. Like, post a silly picture, post whatever. Don't care if it's not that curated, if it's not perfectly edited or anything like that, post it, because for some reason the videos that are completely off the cuff and completely just not planned in the slightest are generally the ones that are better. And I don't know why that happens. I don't know, it's a mystery, but yeah, that's what I found. Just post the thing. Next question. If you could appear as yourself in any game, past, present, or future, what would it be? Now, I'm not a very exciting person, so as a character, I wouldn't be all that exciting. But I would love to be like an NPC in Cyberpunk. I think that would be so cool. And also I've got the haircut and stuff that fits in with that world so well anyway. And I think that would be good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I genuinely think like an NPC in any game would probably make me really happy. Like, I don't even need to have like a lot of dialogue or a backstory or anything like that. Just me as an NPC just walking along the street in a game. Absolute perfection. What's a game that you love that most people / critics didn't rate? Now, most of the games I've played sort of recently or whatever, like I'd say I've played games that have either become popular after I've played the demo, or they've been relatively popular when I started playing them. But I remember the absolute shit that was slung when Final Fantasy X-2 and Final Fantasy 13 released. Both of those games I really love. I'll be honest, I've never completed either of the two of them, but I really, really like them. And I don't know if it was because people didn't like Yuna as a protagonist or Lightning as a protagonist. And like, I know Final Fantasy 13, they said that, you know, oh, it was really, really linear and things like that. And like, you need to play for 20 hours until like the world opens up a bit and stuff. And I feel like it was very harsh, unfair criticism for a lot of it. 10-2 was just a bit of fun. It was a lot more, I feel like a lot more light-hearted. But that opening sequence with Yuna, Pain, and Riku doing the dance and stuff like that, absolutely fantastic. I don't think it actually was the three of them, now that I think about it. But I loved the opening to that almost as much as I loved the opening with Simple and Clean from Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely adore that opening. And yeah, I think it was just really unfair criticism. I would really like to do a playthrough of a lot of the Final Fantasies again, because it's been years since I've played them, and I've only ever completed 13. I never managed to complete 10, I know that's a popular one. 8 is my favourite, and I've never completed that either, which is why I feel like I can say that it's a good game. What is your most controversial video game take? I'm not that controversial. Yeah, I think, like, I genuinely, like, you get people that are like, oh, you shouldn't play in easy mode. I play in easy mode if you want to play in easy mode. You want to summon for Dark Souls? You summon for Dark Souls. put a pause button in Souls games? Absolutely. I'm not going to use it, but yeah. Like, I don't get why other people are so pressed about how other people enjoy their single player games. Like, I genuinely cannot wrap my head around that. People get so mad about how other people choose to play a game. Like, have a mod that like removes all the enemies so you're just walking. I don't care. As long as that doesn't impact my experience. If you want to play it like that and just enjoy the story and everything, by all means, please do it. I would rather people enjoyed the story of a game and got to experience the story. The combat's important to me for a lot of games, but I get that not everybody cares the same about that, and that's totally fine. Funds wasn't an issue. What would be your top 3 destinations? Norway number 1. If you spent any time in my streams or anything like that, you know that I want to go to Norway. It is calling to me so hard. I really want to go. And then apart from that, Japan. I'd love to go to Japan. I'd love to go to most of the, like, that area of the world, to be fair. And in Cologne. The only reason I want to go to Cologne, I don't even know what else is there. I just want to go see that big ass cathedral. I know it's going to make me cry. Like when I was in Barcelona, I saw the Familia de Guardia. I can't remember what it's called. The Gaudi Cathedral, and genuinely felt my eyes well up. I love architecture, and like nothing like that's made anymore. It doesn't feel like that, and yeah, it just genuinely got to me that like this was made. And yeah, so Norway, Japan, and Cologne. Japan, I would love to go to Disneyland, Disney World, whatever one's over there, but I just love to go to lots of different places. I know they have a Bandai Namco store that is hopefully better than the one in London. I'd love to go there. And just Norway, I want to see the swords that are on the beach. I want to see the Northern Lights. That's my 3 places that I would want to go. So the next question is, I'm gonna guess from someone who's been in my community for a very long time, and they've asked, on the itchy and scratchy CD-ROM, is there a way out of the dungeon without using the wizard's key? And I think the answer is Homer saying, what the hell are you talking about? Or something like that. But yeah, I guess I know who this is from the Simpsons reference. And yeah, I laughed a lot when that came into my messages. Oh, this one might get me a little bit of shit. What was a popular game that everyone liked that you just couldn't get into? And I'm gonna have to use Skyrim for this. So, a little bit of background. I didn't know that Skyrim was called Skyrim when it first came out. I thought it was called Skirm. And I asked my family for the because it was a game, there was a fantasy game that had dragons in it. Of course I was going to be interested. So I asked my mum and dad and my brother, because they asked me what I wanted. It was a collector's edition of Skirm and the hardback guide for Skirm. And I got both of those things for Christmas that year. I put the game in. I booted it up again, still so excited. And then realised it was not a kind of game that I play. So at the time I didn't really play open world RPGs. I get very overwhelmed. I get lost. I can't prioritise what missions I'm going to do, and I'm scared in case I miss stuff. And yeah, I'm getting better, hence why we played Cyberpunk and Shadow of War and things like that. And I do want to play Skyrim to give it a fresh look. But I think I played it for less than ever. I got lost. And I think, is it in Skyrim that you've got vampirism, or that might be confusing that with Oblivion. But anyway, I got lost and bumped into a frost troll, died, and hadn't saved it for a very long time. That emotionally scarred me. I immediately took the disc out the console. I think it was on Xbox. Took it out, put it back in the box, went down to game, and traded it in. Can't remember what I traded it in for, but yeah, immediately traded it in. I was like, this is not for me. Okay, this is an easy one. So I don't tend to use it when I'm making videos because like I can easily just cut the parts out. But on stream, if you've seen me, you've normally seen me with my vape. So someone's asking my favourite vape flavour. And for me, I've been smoking this for a long time. It is Fantasy Strawberry Ice. It's pretty much all I ever smoke. There's anything that's strawberry and icy, I'll get on with that. I don't tend to like anything else anymore. Okay, next question. Except Paris, where would you like to go visit in France? And they've also said an easy bonus point if you guess who I am. Now, I believe I know who this is. It's out of like 2 people, but I know that the second person is out of another 2 people, and they're more likely to have done that question. So, yeah, I know who this is. And I would love to explore more of France. So I really like Paris. And I have been in the south of France, like near is it the Dordogne? I don't know how I'm saying that. I don't think I'm saying that right. But yeah, I've been down the south of France. I'd love to go anywhere in France, to be honest. The little old villages and stuff are my absolute favourite, especially if they have like a castle or something nearby. But yeah, I just like exploring places that are not my hometown. Oh, what's a superpower I'd want? Instantaneous teleportation. I feel like I would get a lot more done if I could instantaneously teleport. I couldn't do it if it involves picturing where I want to go because I can't do that. However, if it was just a case of like saying where I wanted to go and then going, like I could go see my friends down south or in America or anything, and like, because the thing that gets me a lot about not leaving the house is I hate traveling anywhere. Like, I hate it so much, and I say that as someone who's like, I was traveling like 7 hours or something like that the other week to come up from London. It was awful, and I know I could have got the plane, but then in an airport in the UK, you can't smoke, so you have to be there 2 hours before your flight, and that's like just a long time, like being stressed with no nicotine, and I don't like it. So yeah, instantaneous teleportation I think would be the handiest superpower. I wouldn't even mind going into work or anything like that either if I could do that, because I could just pop back for like 5 minutes to let the dogs out and stuff rather than have to drive back and then drive there again. Like, yeah, I think that would solve a lot of my problems. So would a lot of money, but like that especially would solve like everything that's not money related, you know? What's been your favourite moment in a stream / recording? This is difficult because, one, my memory sucks, but the thing that really stood out to me, and the thing that I'll remember probably forever, is when I shaved my head on stream. I should still have the video, like the clip of it, just to let you know though, it's terrible quality because I've upgraded my camera since then and things. So we were doing a charity stream. It was a 24-hour charity stream for Mental Health UK, and I'd only been streaming for a few months, and I don't know what possessed me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a 24-hour stream. But I did. I'd like planned it. I'd got challenges for things and for donations and things like that. And at the end of it, if I'd raised £1,000, I said I'd shave my head. And if we raised more than £1,000, Jay was also going to shave his head. So I think we ended up raising like 1,500 or something like that. And at the time, I think I only averaged about 4 or 5 viewers. Maybe a little more. Like, I don't average a lot of viewers as it is in the grand scheme of things. But like, I was tiny. I'd only been streaming for like, I think I started in the February and this was in the June. So like 4 months. And to raise like £1,500 was really a big achievement for me. So it got to the end of the stream. I'd been streaming for 24 hours and I was like, okay, it's head shaving time. And I can't remember if I went first or if Jay went first, but like Jay shaved his head. He's got really thick hair, so it didn't look any different. He shaved my head, and obviously you can see like how thin my hair is from the side shave, but obviously it was all over. It was so much fun. I think I ended up streaming for about 25 hours in total and literally just crashed out for like a day and a half. It was really difficult staying up between like maybe 4:30 and like 10 was like the hardest time. Playing Bloodborne at one point, and I'm pretty sure I was nodding off between enemies, like that's how tired I was. But it was well worth it. Raised a load of money for charity. Got to shave my head, which has been my favourite hairstyle in my entire life. And I think I might do it again at some point in the future if we do some fundraising, because I really liked it. And I like doing something like that for the good of something else. And I know I can just shave my head at any time, but I like trying to help and raise money for causes that, you know, at the time we had so many notifications that a certain bridge near us was closed. I've struggled with my mental health and that for my entire life, and I just wanted to do something. It was really important that it was something that helped like every area of the UK and stuff like that as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think that's like my proudest moment and my favourite moment, and it's going to be something that I will end up trying to chase forever. Someone asks, are there any of the partial playthroughs that you'd be willing to try again? And there's so many I want to complete that I've done partially. So Outer Wilds is one, and Rain World is another one. Both of those are ones where I lost my save when I had to get a new PC. So like, was it last year or the year before? Like my PC backed up and I couldn't record properly, and I had to get a new one. And I couldn't even back up my saves. That's how I was struggling. And I ended up losing my save to Outer Wilds and Rain World, and I really want to play them again, but I don't know if yous would be interested, because they're games that are like, what's the word? They're games that like you can take different paths and do different things. I wouldn't want to try and get to where I was and then start recording. But I don't know if anybody would be interested in like seeing it from the beginning again, you know? Like if yous are, please let me know, because I would love to do them. I really would love to play them again. Control is another one that I want to finish, especially now that there's a Control 2. I really want to finish that. And Slay the Princess is another one. I enjoyed all of those games immensely. With Control, I do have my save, but I feel like it's been so long since I played it that like the first episode is just gonna be running around not knowing, having a clue. But I would like to play that. And with Slay the Princess, again, I do have my save, but I don't know how interested you would be in it. So when I do videos, it's like I tend to do an episode, or it's normally a first impressions video. If you are happy to see more and you tell me you want to see more, whether that's through likes and views and things like that, I will make more videos. If it's a one-off thing or like a demo or something like that, it kind of feels clear to me. Maybe I am mistaken it, but it kind of feels clear that it's not something that you want to watch. And when that happens, I tend to just play the game on my own for a bit, if I can, or yeah, I just don't touch it again, really. Oh, the answer to this question is going to be a long one, maybe. What gaming platforms have you owned? I grew up with a PlayStation and a Nintendo 64 and a Mega Drive. Those were like the three main consoles that I played like early childhood. And then a Game Gear and a Game Boy, I think, might be next. Game Gear, I still say, was the best handheld console. It weighed about 1.5 bricks. It took, was it 6 or 8 AA batteries that only lasted for like 1.5 hours or something of game time, and you couldn't save the games. No, you couldn't save them. And yeah, but I loved it. It had a backlit screen. It was way better than the Game Boy. My other brother we would play a lot of PlayStation together, and then Xbox when that came out. So I don't know if anybody remembers this game on the original Xbox, but it was one that we used to play a lot. It was Conflict Desert Storm. And you were like a squad of 4, I think, and you had to go and do stuff. But yeah, that was really fun. We obviously played Halo, and I don't think we played Gears of War. I don't know if that was in the original Xbox or if that was like the 360 that Gears of War came out. But we didn't play Gears of War for some reason, and then when I got older, Gears of War made me very motion sick. But again, that's another series I want to jump back into, because I've never played the first one. And I've never really played any of those games on my own either, and I would really like to, so that Halo's included in that too. Moving on from that, I had a PlayStation 2, and then at that point, I was an adult, and I had my own adult money. With PlayStation 2, I still have some of my old collection. I kept a lot of games that I enjoyed, but a couple of years ago I sold quite a few of them, and I really regret it actually, because there's some games in there that I think are quite hard to get. But like my prized PlayStation 2 games is the Dot Hack series. I've never played them. Like, I've played the first game, Infection, and I don't think I've ever played any of the others because I'm scared in case what I bought from eBay doesn't actually work. So if I don't try them out, then I'll never know. But I still have my PlayStation 2. It's behind me. I have a PlayStation 3, 4, and 5. Which, PlayStation 3 I didn't really play that much of, I don't think. But I had one. PlayStation 4, it was the Batman Arkham Asylum edition. Arkham Asylum? Arkham City? It was a Batman PlayStation 4 that we got. We just went to the midnight launch and everything to pick that up. We're really excited. PlayStation 4 didn't really get as much use as it should have. And again, PlayStation 5 I don't really use, and it's all to do with the whole capture card situation. But I do use my PlayStation 5 controller, at least on PC. For Xbox, we got the 360. I think I went through a fair few of the 360s because of the whole Red Ring of Death thing. Then the Xbox One, I can never remember their names. It was one after the 360. Got that. Got a Master Chief Collection one. Or a Reach edition. Great. Then the new Xbox came out, the one that looks like a fridge. And I couldn't get the Halo one. But I've never bothered to get one. Because the Halo one is so damn beautiful that I just never picked any other one up when I couldn't get it. It made me so sad that I couldn't get that console. And in all honesty, I don't really need it. I got the PC. So yeah, like Steam is my console now. And I do have a Switch. I bought it with 3 games. It was out of stock for ages. And I waited and waited and waited, picked it up, I got it with 3 games. Luigi's Mansion, Let's Go Eevee, and Link's Awakening. Completed Link's Awakening, played most of Luigi's Mansion 3, and played Let's Go Eevee and absolutely hated it, and I think it's ruined my love for Pokemon and Nintendo. It really bugged me that the battles were like Pokemon Go, rather than like actual Pokemon battles. I didn't know this till after I'd bought it. And I was so sad. It was like the whole fun part of Pokemon was the actual battles. That's why I like Pokemon Stadium and the N64. So yeah, it's not been used since. I've never bought any more games for it. I have no interest in anything else. And I don't even know if it charges up properly anymore. So I am not getting a Switch 2, funnily enough. Next question. What was the first game you remember playing? I think it was either Sonic on the Mega Drive or Tomb Raider on the PlayStation. I didn't play any of the levels of Tomb Raider. I just done like the tutorial over and over and over again. The thing that I remember, like really remember though, is the demo disc that came with the PlayStation 1. And you put it in. There was a random fighting game that I can't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Street Fighter or Tekken. It had a couple of levels of Crash Bandicoot on it, But the thing that I remember the most is the dinosaur. And it was just it was like a tech demo thing, and you could just move the dinosaur's head and make it roar. I remember that the most. But I don't know if it was the first thing that I ever played or anything like that. It's the strongest memory for me. Do you wear the horns in public, or are they just part of your content creator persona? Unfortunately, I only wear them on stream. However, I was really, really wanting to find something similar for like a headband or something like that, or like clips for my hair, because I don't know, I feel like if I go to events, nobody knows who I am because I don't have the horns on. And I would like to wear them more and scare like townies. Okay, so this question is similar to another question that we've had, and it was like, what do you like that was, what didn't you like that was popular, that kind of one. But this one is, what does everyone else love but you find overrated? And 100% hand on heart, The Witcher 3. I don't know what it was about that game. I tried really hard to like it, and I'd done many episodes on the channel, and I got to a bit where there was caves and I couldn't go forward, I couldn't go back, and I got really, really angry at the game and pretty much rage quit the game. And I never rage quit games. Like, if you've seen me doing anything, you know that I will spend hours and hours and hours on the same section of the game and not get mad. But the combat in The Witcher 3 is absolutely terrible, especially when you've been playing Souls games. Like, it's so not responsive. I don't really vibe with crafting things and that either. So like, yeah, I just didn't like it, and it's a shame because I really liked the story. Like, I read the first Witcher book, and I'm going to read more of them, and like, I really enjoy the world, and I want to find out more about, like, you know, Yennefer and Ciri and even Geralt. But I just cannot bring myself to play the game, and it really bugs me because I feel like it's defeated me. Like, something that I think should be really cool has defeated me, and I just can't bring myself to do it anymore. And yeah, that is definitely, I feel like it's an overrated game. Alright, has your taste in games changed at all during your time as a content creator? I would say no, but it has changed in general. So, like, the reason that I kind of started streaming and stuff in the first place, or like how I was able to stream, was that I got my PC because I wanted to play PC games. And like, since the beginning, I've really enjoyed like finding a game for £2 and like just playing the shit out of it. So I'd say that that's had more of an impact, because if I hadn't got the PC, I would literally still just be playing Xbox and PlayStation. Like, I wouldn't be playing all the indie games that I get to play now. And I think that's one of the best things about the decision to get the PC, was that I was able to play so many things that I never would have even heard of. And yeah, that makes me really, really happy. Where's the farthest you've ever been? California? I don't know what's farther away, for Florida or California. I imagine California, because that's the other side of the country. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's the farthest I've ever travelled. Do you remember who your first subscriber was? Yes. It was Jay. Jay has been my first subscriber in pretty much every single endeavour that I've ever done. And like, you know what? Give that man a medal, because he puts up with a lot from all of this. And he only very rarely complains. But yeah, he's been my first follower, my first subscriber, like my first donation, my first set of bits on Twitch. Like, that sounded really dodgy, and I'm debating taking that out, but I probably won't. We know what I'm like. But yeah, he has been like the first subscriber, first follower for everything, including when I done like the makeup vlog and stuff like that. He was the first person to sign up to the email list. Like, I have a very good cheerleader in Jay. Even when he knows that my ideas are absolutely terrible, he still stands there and is like, go Lore. And I don't understand how he still has it in him to be like so supportive, but he is. This, I don't know if this is going to be a spicy one or not. Where do you draw the line on backseating? I'm also going to expand this to also foreshadowing, because both of those things waste the enjoyment for me in a game. But when it comes to like backseating, basically the line is there, it exists the minute you start to tell me how to play. If I ask the question and it's a genuine question, not a rhetorical question, right, I have no problems with people like doing, oh, well, you could do this or you could do this. Whatever, that's fine. A lot of my questions are rhetorical, and I know that's really difficult for like a viewer to tell sometimes, but unless I ask for it, it's backseating. You can, you know, talk about what we're currently doing and things like that, but the minute you're like, well, you should actually go and do this build, or you should go down here, like, if I'm looking about something, for example, and it's, oh, you're going the wrong way. Chill. You've not picked up the item. I don't care. Like, and I've mentioned this in stream a few times, I am so petty that if someone continues to do it, I won't ban them right away. I will make sure that they see me do exactly the opposite of what they've suggested. I know that a lot of people like to impart their knowledge or show that they know more than the person that's doing a first playthrough, for example. But if it's not asked for, it's backseating. Likewise, if I'm playing a game and you go, oh, I really like this next part. This next part's going to have you crying. Oh, I can't believe what happens next. You're ruining the surprise. I didn't need to have that bit of commentary because now I'm waiting on something. And that takes any surprise out. Like, a spoiler isn't make or break for me, but I would rather not have them. So, like, yeah, if you're at risk of spoiling something or backseating, just lurk. You'll get the same enjoyment, I guess, from watching. But, like, yeah, I have a hard line on stuff like that. And it is likely that you'll get a warning. You'll see me do the opposite of what you've suggested. And if you do it again, I'll probably ban you. I have very little patience for people that backseat. That definitely comes from playing Souls games. So I did my first playthrough of Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, Sekiro, Demon's Souls. I did the first playthroughs of all of them. And the amount of people that tried to tell you what to do, I just had to be that harsh. And that now bleeds into other games, especially story-based games, especially with the, oh, this is so exciting. Alright, calm your tits. I didn't need to know that you were excited about this bit, because now I'm not excited about it, you know? If you were a Warframe, what would be its name and its powers? I'm very uncreative, so I think it would just be Lord the Destroyer or Lore. Its powers, walking at a normal speed. This is the thing, I don't actually know what a lot of Warframe powers are, because I don't really use abilities that much. I'd like some sort of concussive wave. Maybe a healing thing. Teleport? Maybe? And like a companion. Like a companion because I have that Warframe, so technically I could have another companion as well. But I think that, I know that's not very exciting, but I don't really know what's possible in the Warframe universe. I would want good competency with swords, so like maybe like a boost if I'm using like a sword or a hammer or like a big weapon. That's all I got so far. But maybe come back to this question like in a year's time when I played a lot more of the game and had a lot more experience of different Warframes and stuff. What's your favourite pet related memory? I'll be honest, I don't know if any of the stories that I have are going to sound happy. We had a hamster at one point. This hamster could not be tamed. Could not be tamed. Literally, I have nerve damage in my finger from where he bit me. He was not friendly. If we needed to take him out of his cage, we had to use gardening gloves. And it was stressful for everyone, so we tried not to do that very often. But turns out, Nasher, yes, his name was Nasher, no wonder he bit me, I know. He got out of his cage. I woke up in the morning to find 2 cats just watching this hamster who was like, come on, running at them. And I had to go get Jay and was like, Nasher's out his cage, Nasher's out his cage. He stumbles through like half asleep, like, what the fuck? Oh no. Grabbed the gloves and put him back in his cage, but we had to like cable tie his cage closed because he could get out. It was absolutely mad. Place your bets on how long until 2k subs. Who knows? YouTube's fickle. There will be days where I'll get quite a few subscribers and then the next day either YouTube removes them or they remove themselves. I don't know. I'm grateful for what I have and I don't want to set time limits or timers on where I should be because that's just going to make me sad if I don't meet those goals. But yeah, I would like to think we'll get to 2k eventually. I don't know when that'll be. Could be next year. Could be in 5 years' time. But as long as I'm still enjoying it, then that's what matters. Next question is, are you a collector? And I don't know what it's asking for. What am I a collector of? I do collect lots of things. Dark Souls merch, or FromSoft merch, you might want to say, is a big thing that I collect. So I have like the helmets, Melania's arm, the collector's editions, like with the statues. I would love to be able to, like, my dream. If we're talking about collector's pieces, my dream would be the Nameless King statue that you can get. It is amazing, but it's also over £1,000. While I love it, I don't think I could ever justify spending that much money on a statue, even though it is massive. Like, it is massive, but I still couldn't. But like, I would love to have more statues and things. I also collect books, like FromSoft hardback books specifically. There's a range from Tune and Fairweather that I post about quite a lot, but that also extends to, like, you know, the Liza P one, like Souls-like kind of books that are hardbacks. I think I've shared pictures of them and stuff before, but yeah, I'd say I collect that. And recently I've started collecting vinyls for video game soundtracks. So I got Halo, Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I've got Bloodborne ones coming. I've got Expedition 33 ones coming. So like, yeah, I collect things. Sometimes it doesn't make much sense. I would like a bigger sword collection than what I have. I've only got like 2 and a dagger. I would like more swords. I apparently collect Steam games as well and Kindle books, but I don't really count those. But yeah, I do collect things. What famous IPs have you never engaged with, know nothing about? That's a difficult one. Yakuza? Never played a Yakuza game. Never played Death Stranding. And from what I can tell, I have no desire to. Never played Metal Gear Solid. It was another one that I sort of missed. Yeah, I'd say that's 3 quite big ones. I've never played any of them, with the exception of a very brief run-in with Skyrim or Skirm. I've not touched much of the Elder Scrolls stuff either, to be honest. And until very recently, I'd never touched a Borderlands game. So yeah, I don't. There's probably quite a few big IPs that I've never played. And if you've got suggestions of ones for me to try, then again, pop them in the comments, because I would love to do more different games. Things that I might have missed years ago. Like Half-Life, we're playing through that at the minute, because I've never done it. And I would love it. Like, I'm enjoying that a lot. It's really difficult. Like, games were harder back then, I swear to God. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And I think this is the last question. Who would you love to collab with? As you might tell, I'm not the biggest at collaborations. I play some games with my friends every so often, and that's about it. I recently did a thing with my stream team, and I met someone new who I'd never streamed with before. I enjoyed it immensely, and I would love to do it again. But like, I don't really have it in my head. I don't really celebritize people, so it's not like I'd be starstruck or anything like that. Like, obviously I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with Markiplier, for example. And like, since he's the reason that I even knew that streaming was a thing in the first place. Fighting Cowboy would be kind of cool. If like, I wouldn't mind playing some Night Rain with him. Basically, anybody that I'd want to collab with would need to be like open to my sense of humor, honestly. But like, just a decent human being. I'd quite happily collab with anybody. If someone was like, any chance you could play some games with me, so I needed some content. Sure. When? Like, give me a time and I'll try and be available. And like, yeah, I enjoy playing games with other people. I really do. And I would like to do more of it. So, you know, if this was a question to like, want to actually want to collab with me, then send me either an email or a DM or Discord message or something like that, and we can try and sort something out. I'd be more than happy to try and do that. Because, yeah, I do. I like playing with others, and I should probably put myself out there more. I'm really bad at that. Okay, so I think that's all the questions. So that's been fun. It's been a little bit different. I've just been talking for like the last hour and a half. I hope I answered your questions in a way that you were meaning the questions and everything like that. And I, again, thank you to everybody that sent something in. We will do these every so often. So whether that's at Christmas time or if I hit a milestone, like I said, this was meant to be for 1K. So like, we will try and do these. If you've got any burning questions, I will always keep the link though at any point if you've got questions. You can always leave them in comments or DMs or anything like that too. And I can collate them at that point as well. But yeah. I appreciate anybody that took the time to come and ask me something. Now, I said at the start, we'd maybe talk about the channel and what's going to happen in January. So I'm very aware that I haven't done Warframe content for a couple of weeks since I was away. My plan is to do a video the last week of the year for Warframe. And we can start the new year with a stream. That is what I think we're going to do. I obviously need to finish Lies of P weapon level 1 run. In February, I am going to be fundraising, so I did touch on that as well. I am going to be fundraising for Special Effect, which is a charity that helps like people who are in long-term hospital care to, you know, do things through gaming and things like that. And I'll have more details about it at the time, but basically I think that's a good time to start my Elden Ring RL1 challenge, which is going to be very painful and will probably take me a very long time and you're all going to hate me, but I will try my best to make it quicker. And yeah, I want to just play more indie games and more Souls-like games and more Warframe and just play as many games as we can. I think my Steam library said I played like 58 games this year, so let's make it more next year, I think, is the goal. My personal goal for next year is just to keep having fun doing this. I always said that if I stopped having fun making videos or creating content or anything like that, I would just stop doing it. And I feel like that is still very true. Not every game's going to resonate with everybody. I'm comfortable with that. That's absolutely fine. I just hope that some of the stuff that I play will resonate a little bit with you so that you enjoy it, even if I'm not playing the game that you maybe found me for. I would love for that to happen. And I'm always open to constructive criticism, feedback and all that as well. If you do have any, please let me know, because at the end of the day, while I'm playing games for me, I also want to make content for you lot as well. But that is going to be it for me in this video. I will speak to you before the end of the year, I'm sure. But since this is going to be Christmas Day when this goes live, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you're getting a chance to have some time off work, spend some time with your family if you want to, just get some downtime from general annoying life, things like that. Eat lots of food, stay hydrated. Thanks for hanging out with me this year. It means a lot to me. And I'll never be able to convey that in a way that doesn't sound sarcastic, and I'm sorry. If you could like this video, it would be very much appreciated. If you would leave me a comment down below. You could answer some of the questions yourself if you want to. and maybe consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. That would help us get into our next Q&A if you've got a burning question to ask at that point. And lastly, a little shout out to my Marvelous members. They are people that have chosen to support the channel monetarily, and they help me look at different games to show yous and things like that. So if you would like to be part of that group, then you can join from as little as 99 pence just by clicking the link below the video. But that will be it for me in this video. Boy, it's been a long one of me just talking. I am sorry for this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see yous in the next one. Bye!